This one, it's going to go on to like a more kind of serious topic. Girls or, fellas, they can't be trusted. They're always up to no good. Yeah.
Like, you're in it and you think you love this person, like, from past experience. You think there's no way out.
Like, if your partner is always like, where are you? What are you up to? Maybe it's because you don't tell them.
And people always say to me, oh, but how can you trust them 100%? You can never trust them 100%.
I just don't like that excuse of being mistreated and being like, oh, but I love them though. And I'm like, but do they love you?
Four, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, left, right, I'll do it.
I can't
I'll
do
do
that.
Right,
My nerves
3,
be gone.
2, 1. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This is episode 5 of the Happily Ever Laughter podcast. I have to say that so slowly. I'll say it wrong.
Actually, I always say it wrong.
Last episode was a good one.
It
The
was.
annoying habits. We had a good laugh.
We ended up having a massive argument afterwards. No, I'm just joking.
No, there was a bit of murder back and forth, but it was friendly murder. It's always nice to vent with your partner about the stuff they do, that annoys you.
Especially on camera.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We'd recommend it to all the couples out there. Set up a tripod, your iPhone, have a go at each other, record it, and then watch it after and have a good laugh. So that's what we do every week on this podcast. So, the last few episodes we've kind of had a bit of playful banter, if you will. And the dog is after farting and it absolutely stinks.
I was trying not to make it aware on camera.
Jesus, man. Right, we'll have to soldier on in here,
She's
folks.
so
My
smelly.
God.
If anyone has a Frenchie, you'll understand what we're talking
Oh
about.
my God, that absolutely stinks. Sorry, that just completely took me off guard, didn't it?
I was like, how is he still talking?
Oh no.
Oh.
So the last 2 episodes have been a bit playful. We did obviously the annoying habits and then the red flags you should look out for in a relationship. This one, I mean, it's not going to be as serious, but it's going to go on to like a more kind of serious topic. And hopefully couples out there who don't do this will listen to this, or one of them will listen to it and recommend to the other one to listen to it and build it up. And that is trust
In a relationship.
in a relationship.
I thought you were waiting for me to say that. Why you looked at
sorry,
me.
do you want me
In
to?
a relationship.
And today's episode is about
Trust.
in a relationship.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well rehearsed. No, we're the absolute opposite of rehearsed on this podcast. But so it's about trust. I mean, good relationships have it, bad relationships don't. I mean, it's the make or break of a relationship, really, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. If you don't have trust,
What do you have?
what do you have? Yeah.
What is the point of being in a relationship if you don't trust each other? Like, let's just call a spade here. It's crazy to me, and I know couples personally who are with each other years and they don't trust each other.
Not like one single bit.
Yeah, and I'm just going like, how are you happy?
It's a constant, like, circle. Like, would you
Yeah,
say, like, or
yeah.
how would you say it? Of just arguments.
Yeah,
'Cause
over
they
the
don't
silliest
trust each
things, 'cause
other.
They don't
Yeah.
trust each other. So we're going to dive into trust, what it is, what it's about, how you can build it up. Again, if you're watching on YouTube and you can see us, make sure you hit the subscribe
Jazz
button.
hands.
If you're listening on Spotify, always appreciate your Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to it. Always appreciate you. Don't forget to give us 5 stars
Yeah.
or just rate us whatever you wanna. I don't care. It doesn't
Or
have to be
just
5
even
stars.
text us and give us feedback.
Just give me a text back.
just write back.
We're always looking for feedback. We're always looking for people to submit agrees and disagrees, dilemmas, all that good stuff. So we really want to be as engaging with our listeners as possible. So do not be afraid to slide into our DMs and let us know. But anyways, speaking of sliding the DMs, trust.
Well, that's
Do you like
one
that?
way to start
Do you like
off.
that?
No
so
pun
we're-
intended.
We're going to get in to what is trust. And it might seem like a stupid question, but I'm going to go to my partner here and say, Zoe, what is trust to you?
I don't know. I'm gonna mess
That's good. Yeah, we don't have
I
it.
don't have it. Transparency. Is that the
Oh,
word?
That's a nice word, yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
started
just-
off.
that's it.
Jesus. It's always read the dictionary this week.
Dictionary of trust.
Very good.
No, I just think complete transparency. Like, I think if you're not honest or even white lying about things,
Yeah.
someone will then start questioning their trust in you. Now, you do some silly things, like some little white lies.
Like what?
Like I always say to you, what do you get from lying? You say, I just love lying. It's a little
I just love
joke
lying.
between me and Aiden. But like, no, but like, all joking aside, like, I think just if you're lying about silly things,
Yeah.
that's gonna start putting thoughts in someone's head
Yeah.
that they're like, why are they lying
It
about
just
that?
gives them suspicions. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. reverse the question. What do you think trust
I
is?
think you've hit the nail on the head. It's full on transparency. I mean, like, not to say you have to have, again, we talked about control on previous episodes and not being too controlling on your partner and letting them live their life within the relationship. But I mean, like, if Zoe leaves the house, I'm gonna have a fair idea where she is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask. She's just gonna tell me.
Yeah.
But even if I don't ask and she doesn't tell me, I still trust her to not be out doing something she shouldn't. I know that sounds like a bold child thing to say.
Yeah. No,
but
but it is.
That's what it is. And like, not to be controlling, but like, you should know where your partner is, what they're up to, because you know yourself, there's couples out there who are like, oh, so and so has gone out, don't know where they are, don't know what they're up to.
I think
they're
it's
gone
more out of a respect thing. Like, I don't
Yeah,
tell you
that's a good
where
one.
I'm going or what I'm doing because you want to know.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh, by the way, to keep you in the loop,
yeah.
I'm heading out with the girls or I'm going here. But it's
Yeah,
not
it's
like
not-
a controlling thing of
It's
like,
not like every time Zoe goes to the shop to get a drink, she's like, Aiden, I'm going to the shop, is that alright?
I never
Like,
forget. Aiden used to never know where, not never text and was like, where are you? Because she always knew where it was because I didn't drive. So 9 times out of 10, he was dropping me wherever I
Yeah.
needed to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
yeah.
I start
There you go,
driving.
actually, get a partner who doesn't drive so you know where they are at all times.
And then I start driving, and the first time in a relationship I ever got a message from Aiden being like, where are you?
Oh yeah, because I came home and our car was just gone, and I'm like,
He didn't
where's
see
she
me
gone?
for days. I was just out everywhere because I could drive and I had freedom.
Got a full license, got our car, and just the whole world opens up. You'll know that anyone who's passed the driving test or who's gotten their first car knows, like, your whole world just opens up when you get your own car.
I think that's one of the first times you actually ever text me. He's like, where are you?
Where the hell are you? Like, I'm not used
And
to
it wasn't
this.
even like, hey, what's going on? It was like, where are you? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just out.
Like, there's no like, it's not toxic for like me to come home and notice Zoe's car's gone. I'm like, where are you?
Yeah, I even ring my man. I'm like, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
I've seen you all day.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, again, like, going back to it, it's like, if you don't know where your partner is half the time, or like they're out and about doing all sorts, you don't know what they're doing, and you're not getting a reply off them. It's just like, as you said, it's not like a controlling thing, it's just a respectful thing. And if they're not showing you that respect, then we'll go back to it. That's a bit of a red flag for me.
Yeah.
If someone's out and about, not telling you what they're doing, not telling you who they're with, not telling you where they are, and you're even just like, oh, hey, I'm making dinner, like, what are you doing? Where are you? Do you want some? And you're not even getting a text back off them multiple times, not like a once-off thing. This is a regular occurrence in your relationship. Then that's
No
where
matter
stuff
how
falls down.
no matter how busy someone is in their day, they can pick up a phone and text and call for 2 seconds. It takes
Yeah.
2 seconds to be like, so sorry I haven't been in contact all day. I'm really,
Yeah.
really busy. I'm stuck at work.
Yeah,
I'll text you as soon as I'm done, or I'll ring you as
Exactly.
soon as I'm done. So for anyone to use an excuse, I'm so busy. No one is that busy in the day to take 2 seconds to text
and
someone.
like, with the age of us and everyone around us, and probably everyone who listens to this podcast, we always have access to our phone. We always have access to
Always.
internet, Wi-Fi. There's no excuse. And I think it's funny, like, people will use that like, oh, I'd no Wi-Fi, or I'd no signal on my phone. 99.9%, unless they're on a hike up the Dublin Mountains.
Yeah, like
You should
we-
get a
for
text
example,
back.
we went to Glendalough to a festival there, and we genuinely had no
So
signal.
she
Sorry,
keeps telling me, yeah.
Oh, and I was like texting Aid back about 5 hours later. So sorry, only connected to Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
Well, actually, genuinely was no signal
But
up
like,
there.
again, to spin that from my perspective, like, I'm at home, Zoe's at a festival. She's obviously with her friends, which are my friends. Like, I
Yeah,
know
we're
them
all in
all.
the same group.
Like, I honestly wouldn't have cared if Zoe didn't text me for 3 days, because we have such a good trust in our relationship that I know she's out there enjoying herself. She doesn't want to be bothering me, or like, sorry, not bothering me, but like going out of her way to talk to me or text me or ring me or FaceTime me, whatever it is. I'm like, go enjoy your 3 days of the festival. The whole point of a festival is you're in the fucking camping environment, you're at gigs, you're having drinks, you're doing whatever, and you're enjoying yourself. You're not sitting there
Yeah.
on your phone. And
Yeah,
I don't like the way couples will be like, you know, oh, you haven't texted me all day. I'm like, I'm out here enjoying myself.
yeah.
Like,
There is difference though. Like, but
You can
still,
text in
even
and
with
check
that,
in.
in them 3 days, I would never not just text you. I
but
would
that's out,
always
but as you
text
said,
you,
that's
yeah.
out of respect.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, I honestly wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been like the neck of her to not.
Well, that
to not
is the
text
thing.
me.
That's because we have such and I'm not saying this to gloat, but we really, really do trust each other.
Yeah.
And people always say to me, "Oh, but how can you trust them 100%? You can never trust someone 100%." And I'm like, I actually do. Like, I
Yeah.
really do.
But
And
people
if
who
you
s-
made a show on me, okay, it's on me. But like,
But-
I genuinely do.
But like people who say, "Oh, you can never trust them 100%," like that's just, I'm sorry, like that's just a shit mindset to have.
Mm.
It's such a bad mindset to have. If you're in a relationship 6, 7 years and you're like, "Oh well, yeah, I trust them," but you can never trust them 100%. I'm like, well, then obviously
Why are
you're
you getting married to them? Like,
yeah. Like I don't understand why you're there. Like it has to be 100%. It can't be 98%. It can't be
I
99%.
think that's an
It
excuse.
has to be 100%. And that maybe that comes from past relationships where people weren't trustworthy and they're like, oh, girls or, fellas, they can't be trusted. They're always up to no good. I'm sorry you had to experience that, but that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's not
But-
healthy.
But even coming from it, like, I've been in a relationship, and we're going to do an episode on it, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to go into the depths of it. But like, I was in a toxic relationship, and there was no trust there. There
At
wasn't
all.
no trust, and there was reasons why I didn't trust.
Yeah.
But then it's also funny because the person who was probably out gallivanting and doing whatnot doesn't trust the person who was probably sitting at home doing nothing
Yeah.
because they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And
So
they're
I
thinking, well,
get,
if I'm doing this, then they must be doing it as
yeah,
well.
yeah, and I get like people going into then their next relationship, which then you were my next relationship, and still having like a bit of a like,
a barrier.
well, how
Yeah.
can I trust him? Because every other fella has shown me not to trust,
Yeah.
you know? But then
Just
it's
takes time.
up to you to not let the negativity from your past relationship come into your new relationship and stop yourself
Yeah.
from allowing your
I
mind
think
to go there.
You should use it as like an advantage. Like the way I'd look at that is if you were a person and you were in a bad relationship because the other person was out cheating,
Yeah.
messing around, doing all sorts, and eventually broke up, go into that next relationship with a bit of a guard on you, but use it to your advantage. Like if you're able to go, right, I know what red flags to look out for. I know the signs to look out for. I'm not going to get heartbroken again. So you have that advantage. Use it as a tool. Use it as a weapon. Not a weapon. That's a bad word to
You're
use.
kind of in control of it, though.
Yeah, like if like for
You're in
example,
control of your own emotions.
from a
Like,
girl's point of view, like if they were getting into a relationship with a fella and the last fella was messing them around, they'd know very early on whether to trust this fella or not. They should.
oh, most
Like,
definitely.
And if you're getting, okay, I'm not going to say if you're getting ripped off again, then it's on you. It's obviously not on you, but like learn from it. Like learn from that past relationship. Like we've all had previous relationships. This isn't obviously our first relationship. Everyone learns lessons from previous relationships and uses them to make or to mold a perfect relationship, if you want to call it that. But like they should use that and be like, right, what were the warning signs that I kind of didn't really notice the last time? Are they happening to me again? If the answer is yes, cut all ties.
Yeah.
Or address it
definitely.
there and then and go, come here, I was in a past relationship, I was getting messed around, I'm not going through it again. What are you doing?
Yeah. I definitely
That's
use
like
it.
some people might think of that and go, oh, that's a bit psycho and all. It's not. It's establishing your
It's knowing your worth.
yeah, exactly.
It's
knowing your worth.
establishing your worth.
Exactly. And I don't see it like if you came to me and was like, come here, Aidan, I know you're out with your friends and all the other day and you didn't text me back for hours and I probably sound like a bit psycho, but can I ask where were you and what were you up to? Because my past relationship was I was getting messed around a bit and I don't want to not trust you because I really like you.
Yeah. But then again, that's open transparency. Like
Exactly.
just asking
It goes back
instead
to
of going
transparency.
psycho,
Yeah.
like, you know?
And if I'm a normal bloke or a normal partner, genders aside, like I should be like, yeah, no problem. Like I was out here doing this. Now, if it's every time you're asking me, I'm gonna be like, okay, when are you
Or
gonna
you
start
want
trusting me?
proof of like
Yeah,
where I
when are you gonna
was.
start trusting me? Because I can't keep
You've
coming-
shown no other.
I can't keep giving you receipts for every time
Yeah.
I go out the door. Excuse me, that's not healthy. But the first 2 times early on in a relationship, if you explain to them, look, I was in a really bad relationship in the past. I really want to trust you, but I'm finding it difficult from my last relationship. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit on top of you, but I do want to build trust with you. Any normal bloke or any normal girl will be like, I completely understand. I'm
Yeah.
here to work with you.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't
About
think
being adults.
Yeah, and I also don't think when you go into a relationship, you should technically automatically have trust.
No.
Like you shouldn't. Trust
No.
is earned or not
That's just
earned,
being
but like
silly, naive.
it's like trust is earned, isn't it? Kind
Yeah.
of like, but like if someone shows you no reason to doubt their trust, fair enough. You no question about their trust.
Yeah.
But then obviously again, then there's the other hand that you go in and people are being a bit weird with the situation, and then that's when you question their trust.
Yeah.
You don't have to give trust to someone just because you're with them.
Yeah.
That's another topic. Like it's not just, oh, I'm in a relationship now, I have to trust this person.
Yeah.
No, like if they show you no, I don't know how to say that. If they like don't show you,
That they can be trusted.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Like, that's another
It goes
thing as
into my
well.
next question that I have here is like, how do you build trust up? And like, as Zoe perfectly said it, like you go in and like you don't just give trust straight away. It has to be something that's built from the ground up.
Mm,
Like we're with each other 7 years in January, is it?
8 years in January.
8 years in January, sorry. So we keeping count over there. So he has a count.
When it gets past 5, you start being like,
yeah, exactly, yeah. But like, I obviously can't remember now, like how long ago, or sorry, what was like from day one. But like, I wasn't like, oh yeah, like I don't trust her.
No.
I actually remember a specific moment where I was like, am I doing the right thing getting with this girl? Because I'll tell you this story, right? Because
it's all coming out now.
I can't remember what it was, right? I can't remember what it was. You'd gone out with your sister.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
You said this to
We
me,
were
actually.
like proper seeing each other at this stage.
We weren't proper. We'd only literally went out on 2 dates.
Were we?
Yeah, we
No,
were.
I thought we-
It was really early on.
Was it?
We met each other at Patrick Toppin,
Yeah.
and then yup Patrick Toppin, and then we only went out on one day.
I thought we went too because
No, we went to the Ivy.
No, we went to the burrito place for that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
Ivy was our first day.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the
I remember
Ivy
going to the
house was
burrito
our
place.
first day. The
Shows
burritos
what
wasn't
I
until
know.
we were far in. You start bringing me for a burrito.
Definitely
If you
not.
know a way to a woman's heart, bring her for a
Bring
burrito.
for food. Look.
No, our first 2 dates. You see, he doesn't even know if we're together 8 or 7 years. Our first date was the Ivy,
Right.
and then the second one was we went to that restaurant, the really
Okay,
nice one.
thanks for
in
clarifying
Temple
that.
Bar.
But anyways, we were in a situationship. We'll call it that. We were seeing each other essentially, not really serious, but like
We went out to each other twice.
whatever you want to call it, right? But obviously, I really like Zoe. Obviously,
I
she
hope
didn't really
so.
like me, but I said that yeah, it was just a one-time date thing. Aiden. But anyway, Zoe had gone out to the right venue and back when there
Oh,
was a
who did
thing.
I go see?
I can't remember.
MK. Yup.
Yeah, so she went to MK, right?
And I'm not even a hun.
And she was with her sister, and I was just like, I can't remember what it was like, but I was like, just chatting to her and blah blah blah, and early on, and like I just wasn't getting a text back for like days after as well, and I'm like, oh Jesus, like has she met someone out on that night out, like because that was like back in the day, like going to MK and Wrights, like there was 2,000-3,000 people in there, like and everyone dressed up
Sorry.
to the nines and all, you know, and
Including myself.
yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, she's still single. Like, she could meet someone there. And I was like, kind of like, you know, I'm starting to have feelings for this girl, blah, blah, blah. I really like her. The way my voice broke there. I started to really like her.
Camera
But
switches
I
off.
remember you went out that night and I was like, geez, like, this could be a make or break moment now. Like, you know, it's either she's found some new fella out there or
Love how you think, because I'm the complete opposite.
yeah, no, but like that's what I mean. Like just because I was seeing you and I was thinking, oh yeah, I really like this girl, doesn't mean I'm like, oh yeah, like I
I
trust
trust
her.
her. No
That's
way.
what it goes back to.
No.
Like it goes back to like trust being built, and like even like the first year or whatever we were together, I'm sure we didn't trust each other.
Oh
straight
no,
away.
no. It takes a couple
You
of
have
months
to-
or a
you
year.
have to
Yeah,
build it. You have to earn it.
it takes going through hard things
Yeah, yeah.
to build trust.
But
I
it
think.
does like, and again, like without even having to ask, I'd tell Zoe what I'm up to, and she'd tell me what I'm up to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's what I came down to. It's not even the fact that like, she never asked me where you going, who you going with, how long you going to be. It's just a respect thing. I just be like, I'm going out with the lads for a bit. I'll probably be home around 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't home around then and I was staying out later, just out of respect, I'd text her and I'd be like, just let you know. I know I said I'd be back on at 12, but we're actually staying out a bit later.
It's never been an issue. Like,
It's not a controlling thing.
No.
It's not like especially as a man, like this male ego. It's not like he has to let his missus knows where he is all times.
but you
Like,
know what's so funny? As much as we say that, none of your mates are like that. Like, none of your
No.
mates would think like that. Like,
I don't know, mate. Well, they probably would text her other half and be like, just let you know, like we actually went back to so-and-so's house and I won't be home till 4 or 5 in the morning.
yeah,
Chances are the other half are probably with them.
yeah.
But like, it's not like, you know, how do I say it? It's not like it's a controlling thing. Like,
No.
we're just doing it out of respect.
You'll know
know?
if you're in a good and healthy relationship.
Yeah,
You'll keep your partner in the loop,
yeah.
no matter what.
exactly.
Even if sometimes I just text him like, "Hey, just out with the girls, gonna go for lunch." He's like, "All right, cool." And then
Yeah.
he's there to be like, "I don't care." So
I don't care. Though. Like, we've
I'm
reached
like,
a stage where I'm like,
but,
I don't
but
care.
if I didn't text, he'd be like, "Oh, I wonder what's always doing." She
Yeah.
hasn't texted me in a little while. I better
Yeah.
text her. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It'd be like even the weekend just gone.
yeah.
Zoe went to Nicki Minaj. Side note, how was it?
Nicki Minaj's shy bag, pass it on.
Yeah, I'm sure if you've seen the TikToks
Oh,
about Nicki Minaj,
disaster.
how bad it was. It was an absolute disgrace.
She came on
apparently,
stage at 10 and finished at 11:15.
with 3-4 outfit
With
changes.
4 outfit
I wasn't even there. I
changes.
was seeing that TikTok. But
Oh, it
anyways,
was so bad.
we're not going down our Nicki Minaj hatred
Don't, because I don't even want to
tangents.
give her airtime.
I'm sure she needs all that airtime
Nicki
off our
Minaj,
podcast.
what's that thing? Boycott.
Boycott, yeah. But she went out to that. She texted me at like 10 o'clock, this basically giving out, being like, this is only starting now, blah, blah, blah. It was just her and her friend, our best friend. And I was like, yeah, cool. I went to bed thinking nothing of it. She says, oh yeah, we're probably going to go to a pub in Malahide or whatever after. I'll see you later. And I was like, yeah, cool. I woke up at like 5 a.m. and she still wasn't home. And like straight away, like I'm not going, oh my God, what's she up to? Who is she with? She's out there cheating on me. Like that is the last thing. I'm going, Jesus, what if Zoe's been kidnapped? Or like what if she's lying in a
The
ditch
really
somewhere?
bad stuff.
I'm thinking like this isn't like Zoe. Like she normally texts me. So I text her, where are you? That's not me being controlling. That's me being concerned. I'm like, are you alive? Like, do you know what I mean? And it just so happens she went back to Rihanna's house. It was across the road from us.
Yeah, literally.
And just went back for a few drinks after it. And that's all it was. And
Yeah.
I went, all right, cool. And went back to bed.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I forgot to text you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm going to be coming home in like 10 or 15 minutes. We're
But-
just having a few drinks. Rihanna's partner ended up coming back. We ended up having drinks.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, there's no rush. Like, just enjoy your night. Good
Yeah,
night.
I just didn't know where you were. And that was just a once-off thing where she was like, oh my God, I actually never told you where I was.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not me being controlling. That's me being
Not at all.
concerning as a, obviously, person in love with this person. Like, I could love, concern.
Aw.
And Zoe having respect, which she normally does. In a sort of way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I don't want people to think that, like, you know, if your partner texts you, where are you? That it's them being controlling. They could just be genuinely concerned. And I
Yeah.
think you need to show a bit of respect and just be like every now and again, just to let you know. And I think if you have it, I'm probably talking way too long here. on
No,
this.
you're not.
Probably
It's a
waffling a bit.
podcast.
If you have a partner and you're like, oh, this person's always texting me where I am and they're always wanting to know where I am, maybe nip that in the bud in the sense that tell them before they ask.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised how that will go away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if your partner is always like, where are you? What you up to? Maybe it's because you don't tell them.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
don't
like- and
text them.
And it's like you're not giving them a reason to trust you. Whereas like that means always just automatically just like, I'm going out to this place or I'm going to play golf or whatever over the weekend. I won't be around for 5-6 hours. Like, grand. Now she never asked me because she knows I'll either tell her or she has that trust that I'm not up to no good. So if your partner is that type of person who's texting you constantly, where are you? What you up to? Maybe tell them before they ask, and I guarantee they'll stop asking.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Definitely.
So moving on to the next one, anyways, about trust, and it could be a controversial topic. Should you trust your? Or sorry, I'm gonna repeat that. Should you test your partner for trust?
See, I don't think there should be like, if they haven't given you any reason to not trust them, I don't think there needs to be tests put in place.
Yeah,
Like, if someone starts testing me, I'd then be like, they don't trust me. And I
Correct.
haven't given them any reason not to trust me.
like you ever see them things on TikTok, and it's like these like really good looking fellas or really good looking girls, and they're like, "I'll test your partner on your behalf."
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, like, so say I wanted to test Zoe, I'd like text this fella and he'd be like a really good looking bloke, and I'd be like, hit on my girlfriend and see if she replies and she like gives you her number or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, it's real Americanized and
yeah,
all
I think
stuff
it
like that.
is. It's more
Maybe
American.
it does happen here though, but like I think if you're doing that, it's just so childish.
Yeah, I just
what I mean?
don't like, if you feel like if you feel like you have to go to that extent
There's something
to
wrong.
see if your partner's it's trustworthy, your relationship's already broken down.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
I had to go and text one of my friends and be like, text Aiden and see, like
Yeah.
one of my
Come
good
on to
looking
Aiden.
friends being like,
Yeah.
you know, we won't be able to resist her.
Yeah.
So
Come
it's
on to him and see what he
like,
does.
it's already
It's
done.
so
It's already
weird.
broken down.
Yeah.
Like,
That should be the last thought you'd have, because not only like puts your friend in a weird position, but also like it's just not asked for.
no.
Like is you said perfectly, and I think you just summed it up. We can even move on from this. Is if you have to go to that level, if you're thinking I'm gonna test them to see what the trust is like, whether they pass or fail, there's something not right there.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
what
trust in
happens
that relationship
9
at
times
all.
out of 10 when relationships fail, like if that happened, they're probably going to end up with them in anyways. Like I've seen a lot of them clips and then they're still with each other. A few like them silly clips and they're still with each
Or they
other.
try and work it out. or
Yeah,
whatever.
like do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I just feel like if your relationship is broken down and you have no trust, I don't think a relationship will work.
No.
I really don't. And as much as you're like, oh no, we'll try build on it and
Yeah.
they're not doing it anymore.
Oh,
It's
but I-
only a matter of time before it happens again.
I always hate the excuse where, going off on a tangent, but it does kind of tie into trust, is like you see all these relationships and like we can say we know them personally as well, and there could be loads of like there's no trust in the relationship at all. One part of the partner is out messing around or just being a asshole, whatever you want to
Mm.
call it, and the excuse is, oh, but I love them though,
Oh yeah.
and that drives me mad. I'm like, yeah,
I do
but
get you love someone, but like no matter if I don't know, like it's kind of hard
it's
though,
a
isn't it?
it's a
Like
hard topic, but like this is just my opinion. Like again, this is my opinion that I just don't like that excuse of being mistreated and being like, oh, but I love them though, and I'm like, but do they love you?
yeah.
That's the thing.
See
Like, are you
that?
getting that love back? Doesn't look like it.
Mm,
So it's like, do you have to go? Do you know what? This is tough love, but there's not. It's not as much as I love this person. It's not worth the heartbreak.
yeah.
That's not to say you won't love another person. And
Yeah.
I think very young people, I done it myself. Can't speak for Zoe, where we're with someone and I think at that moment I love this person,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and then further down the line I realize I actually don't love this person.
Yeah. No.
And it's not
You
until
don't realize it until you're out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
But
what
I
mean?
do, and not to like disagree with you there, I do get that you're like, how can you say you love someone or I'm in love with them? Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Because you've probably never been through it.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're in it,
Yeah.
like you're in it and you think you love this person, like from past experience, you think there's no way out.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And you can't
Yeah.
see your life
yeah.
without them.
Mm.
Do you know what I
You
mean?
feeling trapped?
Yeah,
like,
so I kind of would disagree with you there, just a little bit, just
That's
because
okay.
I've been through it, and like
and I
said,
haven't today.
yeah, like you know. So, but like I don't want to touch into it because we're gonna record an episode about it. But
Yeah.
I just say it's easier from an outsider looking in, and it's always going to be easier from an outsider looking in
Yeah, until you're going
until
through
you're
it.
going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
would you agree with that? What I said in the sense that people think they're in love when they're actually not.
Oh yeah, like when I
Yeah.
look back now, I'm like that was a joke of a relationship.
Yeah.
Like I was never in
Yeah.
love.
Even my past relationships, they didn't end bad, but I can say now, like, I never felt what I feel with Zoe now. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
100%.
Like, I know what I feel with Zoe now is love.
yeah.
I know that for a fact because I know I've never felt like this before. Even after how many years again? Even after the 7 years, it's still so strong to this day. Whereas in previous relationships, when I was with the person 2-3 years, whatever, it was never this strong.
No.
And if you would have asked me in those moments, do I love my partner? I'd be like, of course I love them. I
Yeah.
love them more than that. But I actually didn't.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why it didn't last.
Yeah.
You know?
I also feel like people always touch on like, oh, if it's not if you don't argue, every relationship has arguments. I'm like,
It's
no,
normal.
no.
It's not. I don't
It
think
is. It's normal to have bickers and arguments, but like these the extent of arguments that people have.
right. Go on.
Is that a word, extent of? I don't know.
I don't know what you're
But
trying
like
to say.
when people are saying, "Oh, telling me their stories about these arguments," I'm like, "That's normal." Like,
yeah, and they're like,
oh no,
that
everyone
just
goes
comes
through hard times
just
to
comes
get
with the
stronger,
relationship.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, but like to be fair, like me and you never argue. Like our relationship is like we bicker, but our
Yeah.
relationship is like the easiest relationship ever. Like whereas other people are like,
That was so laid back.
so
we're
am
so
I.
we're so low maintenance. That's all it is. We're not high maintenance at all.
But like
That's
if
the
your
issue.
relationship is tough, like really, really tough, it doesn't mean your relationship's going to be stronger than other people's relationships. All these quotes around like if your relationship's not hard, it's not. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
silly. Like, but I'm like,
Nothing worth having comes easy.
yeah, but I'm like,
Yeah.
well, like
I disagree.
what? Like I completely disagree with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, then tying into this as well. Speaking of arguments, what happens if someone breaks trust? What would you do?
depending on the extent of it,
Yeah, like how badly did they break
how
it?
bad, like
Yeah.
cheated, like. I don't want to sit here and say I'd never go back because I don't
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
Like, do you know
You
what I
don't
mean?
know. Yeah.
It depends on how much I love that person, like the way
Yeah.
you're at to be.
I think there's
saying,
too many factors to bring into it, like how long you're with this person.
do you have kids?
What's the extent of the trust being broken? But like, okay, let me just give you an actual example for you to say, right? Say you're with someone, me, I don't care who you want to picture,
Dermot Candy manifesting
Right.
money master.
And he turned around and lied to you about something.
I'm only joking. I'm not using Dermot Candy. I'm just using
Use
you.
whoever you want.
okay?
Use whoever you want, right? But say they turned around and they lied to you about something. And say it was to the extent of they said they were out with work, right?
Mm.
But you found out they were actually out with the lads. And you're like, why'd you lie about that?
See, that's the white lies that build up, and then you start questioning it.
So what happens if that trust is like, so that example there, what would you do in that circumstance? Like, how would you approach it?
I just ask him.
Yeah.
I just don't beat around the bush. I'd be like, but you're completely lying. And then it also depends on then how they react.
Oh my God, we should role play.
What? No, absolutely
Right,
not.
so I'll be the fella.
I'm
you'll be the girl.
absolutely not role playing.
You've just caught me.
No,
right?
I'm not role playing.
Please.
Absolutely not.
That'd be so
I think we're
funny.
chunks and Philly.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. Well, there you go, folks. I tried to bring in some entertainment.
Absolutely not. Oh my God,
See you said you were out with the work lads. You were actually out with your friends. Explain yourself.
No, absolutely
Who told
not.
you that? That wasn't me.
You do the whole thing to yourself there, go on.
That wasn't me. It was you. I saw you. Me sister's fella's boyfriend's sister seen you. Who were you out with? That's me, Dublin girl.
All right.
Voice. No, we won't. We're getting.
No, but
silly
it all
now.
depends really on how. Like, if I'm just a real out straight person,
Yeah.
if
It's the way to be. Don't beat around the
if
bush.
you lie to me, I'd be like, why are we out with the lads and you lie to me?
Yeah.
And then it all depends on your reaction then.
But then even then, do you even believe they were out with the lads?
Well, you said I found out they were out with the lads.
Yeah, but like that's like I mean in the sense that like you said to me, I thought you were at work last week, and I went, no, I was with the lads. You're like, you told me you were with work. Why'd you lie?
Oh,
And
like
I'm
you
like,
could be lying about being with the lads as
yeah,
well.
That's
Obviously I think it.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
that one white lie opens up a whole can of worms.
that's what I mean.
And then the next time you're going out with your work friends, straight away in the back of their head, they're going, how do I know this fucker isn't lying to me again?
Excuse me.
You know?
That's it though. That's what I said at the start of it. It's all like, if you start lying about silly things,
Yeah.
if you went out with the lads, why are you telling me you're going out with your work pals?
But do you think, so the trust gets broken, right? How do you mend that trust back? Is that when you kind of have to be a bit more suspicious? Or do you kind of
I
just go,
think once it kind of starts breaking down, there's always going to be
someone
suspicion
shows
there.
their true intentions, you think?
Maybe even if the fella was telling the truth, but is still lying, it's just still going to question it.
What are you lying for?
Yeah, it's just like,
Like,
I just love
I
lying.
just love lying, so we always say.
I
maybe
think it just
some
ultimately
people
breaks down.
genuinely do just love lying. I know, like, I have, well, no, I'm not going to say I have friends because I don't, but like, I know people personally who just constantly lie to their girlfriend about something. Like,
Who? Money West.
like, what? But like, I can't even give an example, but like, say,
Off camera,
like,
tell me.
say, like, no, I genuinely
I'm
can't
only
think of an actual
joking.
example, but like, say, like, I don't know. I can't think of it. Like, say we're just out and about or whatever, and they're just like, oh yeah, tell me Mrs. I had to stay late for work. I'm like, why
Why?
not just tell her you've gone to the pub with the lads?
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's because she'll go mad and she won't let him, and she's
But
very
still,
controlling
that's
or
still
whatever.
silly.
But I'm like, straight away, I'm like, how can you be happy in that relationship?
I know people like, I know some,
Who?
I know some people that like don't like some of their girlfriends and all just don't know what they do.
What
like,
they get up to?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And like,
yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
how would you like, why'd you lie? And
Yeah.
they're like, because if I tell them they won't be happy. I'm like, well then don't do it. Or just
Yeah.
like, just be like, I do this and I enjoy doing it.
Yeah,
Like
this is
whatever
why I
it may
do
be, like
Yeah.
going out and having a drink with a friend, like
Yeah.
a certain friend that they don't like.
Yeah.
I'm like, just tell them. Now, if it's a friend that there's a reason she doesn't like that friend, fair enough. But like, I think if you're just going to continue to lie and play into their fantasies or like whatever,
Yeah.
that's where it gets worse and
Yeah.
worse.
Like if you're portraying, someone you're actually not. So if you're portraying that like you don't do the things your partner hates, then what's the point?
You're a two-faced person.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
like you're two-faced as in you're
Yeah.
bitchy, but like you're living two lives.
It'd be like telling your partner, oh, I don't drink from the start. And you do drink.
But
and you're trying to hide the fact that you drink for so long.
I was gonna make a joke there. I was like, you're clean 7 years now.
Yeah. No,
Aiden
not.
doesn't drink 7 years.
No, I drank at the start of our relationship.
Yeah, so
For a
like
bit.
maybe about
5
six and a half years.
Yeah, about 5 or 6
Sorry, I
years.
don't mean clean as in he had problems. He just
Yeah,
doesn't drink.
just
That's
don't
why I
drink.
said that.
Yeah,
Clean.
no, yeah.
He just doesn't
Yeah, we
drink.
haven't had any incidents.
Since 2017.
But I just don't get it. I don't understand how people can be happy in a relationship. And like we know people who are with each other probably longer than us, and they still have secrets from the partner, and everyone else knows except their partner.
I don't get how it's
I'm like,
no, the
how
partner
are
still
yous-
don't know.
One, how do they not know? Two, maybe they're just choosing to ignore it. And three, how can you just be happy? I
Yeah.
just don't get it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sorry, you just can't sit here and tell me, oh yeah, we're happy. You just could be happier.
Yeah.
That's the way I
I
look
think
at it.
very start in the relationship as well. I like when me and Aiden met, we met on a night out and stuff like that. And then I think was it earlier on then you were like, I don't want to be drinking anymore and stuff like that. And he was
I
like,
just-
and I would like you not to be going out as often and drinking and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I for a second, because I wanted to make him happy, kind of was like, oh right, I'm okay, I won't drink anymore. And then I was out on a night out with friends, and I was like, oh my, like, I think you just showed up. Was that like a party and you just showed up? And I was like, oh no, I'm drinking, like, and Aiden's here. And I was like, and one of my friends pulled me aside. I was like, so we cop on, like, you know.
I don't remember that.
And I think that's when I went back from my old relationship and was like, no, you know what, this is where I'm going to make a difference in my new relationship. I remember saying it here. I think I remember sitting you down and I was like, look, I get you don't want to drink anymore. It doesn't mean that I have to be there with you.
Exactly.
You know, and I think then you were like, you know what, who am I to tell you what to do?
Exactly.
And I think that's what also made me not trust, but like respect you more then to be like, you know what, I don't have the right to do that.
Exactly. I actually remember that.
And that was really
not
earlier
that specific example, but I remember I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink or party as much. And then you were still doing it. And it was almost like she's going on as if she's single. Not in the sense that she's going out and talking to lads and all that, but just going on nights out. Like, this is very early on in the relationship, our early 20s, the prime of our life. Like, there was loads of nights out. You know what I mean?
Loads,
Like,
every weekend. Like,
yeah. And I was just like, you know, like, in my head, like, it was almost like an ego thing. I'm like, my girlfriend is going out and partying. That looks bad on me. And I kind of threw a strap and was like, you shouldn't be doing this. You're supposed to be my girlfriend. And I'm like, exactly as you said it. You come to a realization and it's a bit of maturity. Like, thankfully I showed, where I was like, you know what? Like, who cares if people are like, oh, look at his missus going out and partying. She's with my friends, like our friends.
literally our friends.
Like, it's not like she's going out with, excuse me, with random blokes or whatever, or random groups of parties, or going back to random gaffs after and all this shit. Like, she's just going out and enjoying herself. And she still does it to this day.
Still do.
And I don't drink. I don't do any, like, I don't go out at all. Don't go to any functions. I barely leave the house.
No, you do.
No,
but only when it's something you're interested in.
But still, like even if we go to an event together, like, I'll go home early because I'm driving. Zoe will stay out.
And Aiden will come back and pick me up.
And I'll come back and pick her up. And that's just how we work.
Aiden will leave at like 11 when everyone starts getting drunk. And obviously I'll be on the wave with everyone getting drunk. And then he doesn't drink. So he'd be like, are you ready to go? And I'd be like, no. And he'd be like, okay, no problem.
Well, I'm going.
What time is this finished at? And I'd be like, 1. He'd be like, I'll come back and pick you up.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and then I'm the annoying girlfriend in the car.
I'm just like, yeah, like, there's loads of shit talk happening now. People are getting messy. I'm going home. That's no problem. But it comes back to, like, again, like, if something is annoying in a relationship and you don't feel like there's trust there, it comes back to effective communication.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you had never said it to me.
And then that would have been me lying to you all the time as well.
And that's how it spirals out of control. And then all of a sudden I catch Zoe out on a lie or whatever. And
which is such a silly lie that I shouldn't be lying about in anyways. That's the white lies. And that's where I say it all builds up with your white lies.
Yeah.
And then it's where, like, they start noticing you're telling silly
as soon as you catch someone out on one lie, whether it's the silliest thing ever, a lie is a lie, and it's just bad news.
No, like, unless I say, oh, I didn't have a burger today, I had eggs. Like, that's a silly lie. Like, you don't care about it.
No. You did tell me you had eggs this morning.
I'm just ranting myself. No, I'm just joking. Like, unless it's like silly ones like that. But if it's something where it can literally break your trust.
chocolate bar in the fridge, not me.
Not me, Donald.
And it was sort of like stupid stuff. But look, we're going off tangent, I think, a bit. So I think to summarise it, is it essential for a happy relationship to have trust?
Oh, 100%.
100%. I mean, it goes without saying.
And even if your partner's not going to be happy with what you're telling them, tell them.
Yeah.
Just tell them.
And if you're trying to have transparency and you're trying to have trust in a relationship and your partner is constantly abusing it and not showing the trust or transparency back, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but it's not going to be a good future together.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
It's going to constantly be around circles.
Yeah. And the longer you leave it, the worse it's going to get. That's just my opinion. Obviously, as me and Zoe did there, like, you can discuss it, you can talk about it. Like, that wasn't like an overnight thing where I was like, here, like, I actually like to go out and drink and party and blah blah blah, but it's for me not to go out and impress lads or chase whoever. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you met me, we met in a nightclub.
Yeah,
like, you met me drunk.
Zoe's just so social. She likes going to social events. I don't. Doesn't mean that I have to be forced to do it and she has to be forced not to do it.
Yeah,
you know. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like there's no trust, transparency, before you go in all guns blazing, maybe sit down with the person and be like, you do this thing and I don't want you to do it. Or maybe your partner's like, I don't think you should do this because I don't trust you to do it. We'll then go and sit them down and be like, well, I actually want to do this for me and I'd appreciate if you trusted me.
Yeah.
And once that trust is established, it'll all be happily ever after. So anyways, that was trust. How to build trust. I feel like we waffled a little bit there. Hopefully we didn't. Maybe that was just me.
We just didn't have structure, but this one we knew we weren't going in with
Yeah,
structure.
it was
We were
very
just about an
off
open
the dome,
conversation.
open
Yeah.
conversation. Hopefully you found use out of it. If you want to provide feedback or have your piece, we might read them out in the next episode.
Yeah.
Or if you have an opinion on the stuff we talk about, what I'd like to start doing is maybe write your opinion through our Instagram.
Yeah.
Happily Ever Laughter on Instagram. And we might just share them on our story.
Yeah.
We'll obviously cover your profile picture and your name. But I think it'd be good to, because like that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is about engaging with our listeners. It's not just about my opinion and Zoe's opinion and our opinion as a couple. We want to hear other couples' opinions.
Yeah.
We want to be like, are we thinking the same as couples? Is there a couple who've gone through something similar that we have, that they might have a really good piece of advice to give someone else? Like, we genuinely want anyone who does listen to the podcast to share their feedback, and you will get just as much airtime as we do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the whole idea of this podcast, is just to get relationships talking and communicating
Yeah.
and sharing our ideas. So we're going to go into the agrees and disagrees. So are you ready for number one?
I think I am.
Okay. Agree or disagree? Does love need to be confessed every day in a healthy relationship?
Weekly, maybe.
Okay. I'm going to make a sub question on that. Confessing love every day, does that mean to say I love you, or does it come in other ways?
Confessing love. I don't know. Like I tell you every day I love you.
Okay. So do you think it's needed to be in a healthy relationship?
Yeah, I think so.
You think you need to tell them every day you love them?
Not like have to, but I think it's nice for your partner to tell you every day that they love you.
Okay, but we're going into love languages again. Episode 1, if you haven't listened to it. What if, words of affirmation aren't their love language, and every day the way I show you I love you is just by physical touch? Do you think it's needed? Do you think some sort of love language is
I think
needed
some sort of love
every day?
Yeah.
Every day?
Every day.
Without fail?
Yeah. I think
Right.
so.
Mm.
What about you?
I would have disagreed.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be shown every day, because, there could be people out there who thinks like, Jesus, like, my partner could go 2 or 3 days without, telling me they love me, or giving me a gift, or cooking me dinner, or doing something that I love. And, there's so many factors that come into it, in the sense that they could have a really, really busy job. They could have kids to look after. They could have,
I get that.
all sorts of stuff. I understand what you're saying. It takes 2
It
seconds to tell
takes 2
someone.
seconds to tell someone they love them.
But if you have loads of stuff going on every single day, I disagree with. But regularly, I agree with.
Yeah. Well, regular. That's what I said. Like weekly, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like if
Every day, though.
But imagine if like I told you I loved you,
But what happens?
and then you didn't turn around and say it back because you're busy.
No, that's completely different. I'm saying is, like, I'm not sitting there late at night being like, oh my God, Zoe didn't tell me she loves me today.
No, but that's not the question. It's just like, do you think that it should be said?
No, do you think it should be confessed every day for a healthy relationship?
It doesn't, like, not for healthy
So
relationship.
my point is, I disagree with that statement, because, I'm not gonna, like, if there was a day you didn't tell me you love me, or show that you love me, or confessed your love for me, I'm not sitting there thinking, Jesus, Zoe didn't show me she loved me today. Like, you could have been in work all day, came home, went straight to bed.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah,
like,
I think
but
it
I understand,
depends
like,
on your
but
day.
if you were going to bed, you'd go, I love you, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Tricky one.
Yeah. Like, I don't
I think
think
there's
it
so many factors
needs
in
to
it.
be done every day, but I think,
Yeah.
like, it should be just natural
Yeah.
to happen every day, kind
Yeah.
of. Zeke is awake, so.
The dog is woken up. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so I suppose, like, I'll disagree on it. You want to agree, do you?
I want to agree, but it's not like if you don't tell me you love me every day, I'm not sitting there like thinking,
Yeah.
oh, he hasn't told me to say he loves me. But like, I think it's just a common thing.
Takes 2
like,
seconds to go, I love you.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'd give your partner a hug.
Had a
like,
really busy day. I'm going to go to bed. I love you. Good night.
yeah,
I'm
good
sorry.
night. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. It takes 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah. Okay, fair
no
enough.
one's ever too busy to
Again,
tell
let us
someone
know
they
what you
love them.
think about this. Okay, next one. This is the one you said to me, I think. Agree or disagree? It's okay to be attracted to other people whilst in a relationship.
I agree.
I actually agree.
I
as
think
well.
it's okay to be attracted to other people.
Yeah.
But it's
Now,
not like you're
sorry.
fantasizing over them.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, attracted to can be a
Just like, I think they're good looking.
yeah.
It's not like a,
But like, if I'm saying, oh, I'm attracted to her, that isn't like me sitting there, like, as you said,
thinking
fantasizing
about
a
them.
certain-
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't like the word attracted to.
Fancy.
No, that's even worse. But you can. It's okay to think other people are
Good looking.
Attractive. Yeah, it is attractive.
Good
isn't it?
looking. Yeah. Like I can look at like, I don't know, like I can only really use celebrities as an example.
Yeah.
Right.
But like, there's nothing wrong with. Well, not nothing wrong with. But if you walk down the road and a good looking bloke walks by you, it's perfectly healthy, normal, heterosexual person to go, that person's attractive.
He's good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I fancy him.
It's not to say, oh my god, he's gorgeous. I'm gonna drop everything I have to get his attention and talk to him.
Yeah.
That's different.
Like sometimes I probably even turned around to you and be like, oh my god, that girl was really pretty. And
Yeah.
you'd be like, yeah. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't bat an eyelid to that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like, sorry, my phone keeps vibrating. My brother's accepting all my invitations.
Go on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But there's often been times where I'd walk down the road and I'd be like, oh my god, Aiden, she was really, really pretty, or her body was amazing or something like that. But it's not me testing it. I'm genuine, just being like, she's a very pretty girl.
Yeah.
And he would agree. He'd be like, yeah, she was really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
But like,
I'm not God's gift.
But like, if I turn around, and I've done this as Zoe messing,
What?
if I turned around and like, oh my god, Zoe, the arse on her.
You've never said that.
I remember I said it to you messing one
Once.
time.
And you never did it again.
No, but remember we were at the beach, right? We were at the beach one time. Do you remember this?
I think that's different now.
No, we were at the beach one time and we were walking along. It was a real sunny day, and obviously there's a lot of people on the beach, right? And
I think that's different.
no, there was some girl with like, do you ever see those big, massive bubble makers, the big circle things, and they dip it into the liquid and they like pull it.
Oh,
and it creates
yeah.
a big bubble, right? There was some girl
Can't
using
remember
that,
this.
some mother and her 2 kids, and we were walking along the beach, and I heard Zoe goes, "Gee, Zoe, the hoop on her," and Zoe looked at me, and I swear to God, I thought she was gonna shoot me, and I was messing. I was like, "No, like the big hoop she has. Look at the big hoop she has." Messing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
But-
that's different.
No, but that's what I mean. Like that's obviously where
That's
I draw the line.
sexualizing something.
That's drawing the line.
Yeah.
It'd be like you turn to me and going, "Oh my God, isn't your man's arms massive?"
Yeah,
Like the
no,
size of his
well,
arms.
hoop is different to arms. Like, it'd be like me going, look at your man's arse, or I was going to say
No,
balls,
but
but
I'm
like,
saying, yeah, but no, but you could turn around like, okay, if you turn around and be like, Jesus, like his body's amazing.
yeah, that's
And
like
I'm like, what
different.
the hell?
That's different to
Yeah.
just saying they look pretty or they're handsome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's sexualizing it.
yeah. It turns to current sexualizing.
Yeah,
is
it's
bad,
absolutely
but, like,
no.
There's nothing wrong with being like, say like your friends get married, and Zoe turns around and goes, Jesus, like, doesn't he look really handsome in a suit?
Oh, but I do say that about your friends sometimes. I'll be like, oh, they look really handsome today.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Yeah.
normal to say they
Yeah.
shape up well, they look well.
Yeah, you brush up well,
Yeah.
Paul. That's how
Yeah,
Zoe says it.
I think it's normal though. I
Looking
think
good,
it is
pal,
normal.
yeah.
Me and Aiden openly joke every day about me like being in love with Derek.
Yeah, 'cause she
So
is.
do you remember on the podcast was the first one you were like J-Lo, and I was like,
Yeah, I don't even know how I came up with J-Lo.
you were like, she's the most attractive woman I could think of. I was like,
I mean,
all right.
but like, yeah. Well, this actually ties perfectly into me third one.
Okay.
So, anyways, we both agree on that one.
All right.
And I think if you disagree, do you think it's an insecure thing?
No, but see, there's difference. I think people might disagree with it because I think we've nailed it on the head. We separate sexualizing and just thinking
And
someone's
just
handsome.
complimenting,
I think if we
yeah.
had just said that and not separate them two, people like,
Yeah.
no, I don't think that's acceptable.
No, yeah, there's a difference.
There's a difference. There's overstepping and
and
then
if you
there's
are
just saying someone's
complimenting
good
someone
looking.
of the other gender in front of your partner or whilst in a relationship, I think you have to be very careful what you say.
No matter even if you think she does have a good arse, you'd never turn around and be like, hey, yeah, she's a lovely arse. You just say, oh yeah, she was very good looking. Like, just
Yeah.
don't sexualize it
Yeah.
and the girl won't go
But
mad.
even, like, I'm not going to lie, like, if you turn around and be like, Jesus, like, she looks really pretty, doesn't she? I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
understand
But
why-
I'm not, that's it. I'm not
It's
testing him.
It's a trap.
No,
Don't
it's
say
not.
that.
But like, don't
Just-
sexualize it.
Just smile and wave.
I wouldn't
boys.
accept it if it was sexualized.
Yep.
She's
what I
really
said.
good.
Okay.
Give us the last one. Why are you laughing so
Because it's obviously
awkwardly?
exactly into what it is. Agree or disagree? Well, it's not really agree or disagree. It's kind of a question. Is loving celebrities a legitimate love?
No. Well, like, I love Dermot Kennedy.
She loves Dermot Kennedy.
I love him. I do, but like, I would never, if someone gave me the option of like, okay, you can spend one night with Dermot or be with Aiden for the rest of your life, I'm not gonna pick Dermot. Like, I'm obviously
I
not.
actually think you would.
I probably would. No, I'm only
There's our
I
friends
would not
breaking
pick
news.
Dermot. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't though. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But like, I love the persona of him that's put out into
You
the
like
world.
him as an artist.
Yeah.
And like you can relate
And
to
I
the
think he's
stuff.
good looking.
There we go. Look, Jesus Christ.
I do, but
Yeah.
but I don't sexualize it.
No.
No, I think he's a good artist.
It's not like she has a photo of me and Zoe on the side of her locker and instead of my face it's Dermot Kennedy's face.
My
That our brother, Nico, if you're watching this, got her for Christmas one
My
time.
brother, tell him the other thing he got me. A pillow of Nicolas Cage. What's his name?
Yeah,
That was
Nick
so
Cage.
funny.
So random.
So random because I think he got it because his name was Nicholas. But my brother, it was so funny because the exact photo, I don't think Nico realised that I had the exact photo of me and you framed in our room.
Definitely did. That's why you used that photo.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah.
So my brother got me his Chris Kindle and he took a photo of me and Aiden and cropped Dermot Kennedy's face on it so perfectly. And I actually had it on my bedside locker for years.
She did.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
gone
had to live
now.
with.
But I felt bad, so I had to take it away.
Couldn't give a shit.
But I think I don't know, like some people are diehard fans. When people love people, they love them.
Okay, like there's obviously like there's people we know who are obsessed with celebrities.
I'm obsessed with Dermot, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I love him because I don't
But
know him.
it's not a sexualized obsession.
Yeah, no, I don't love. I don't know him.
There's girls who are obsessed with girls who are celebrities.
Yeah,
You know, sort of way.
not Nicki Minaj.
No,
Who would you be obsessed with?
no, you.
No, but honestly, you're probably a male one. You probably have a male one.
I just like we've talked about this so many times. I do not have a celebrity.
I'd be like,
crush.
who's your celebrity crush? He's like, honestly, no one.
I just don't like. It sounds so weird, and like I can't describe it. They're
Chris
just-
Brown is Aiden's celebrity crush.
I like Chris Brown.
He's obsessed with Chris Brown.
I'm not obsessed with Chris Brown. I just like him though. I like his music, and I think he's
He's a
talented.
cool guy.
He's a cool guy. I'd like to be friends with Chris
I
Brown.
like Chris Brown.
But like, there's like I liked him the Tap Man. Not attracted to him.
Yeah, no, but you
Is that
don't
right?
necessarily have to be attracted to someone to be obsessed with them.
No, I'm not. I'm not obsessed with anyone. I'm not. I'm not obsessed with anyone.
But see, that's so funny because I'm not
I'm not
obsessed
obsessed
with
with one-
anyone else.
I'm not obsessed with one single person, but there's loads of people
You really
that
like.
I really like.
Yeah.
Whether it's footballers, streamers, actors, whoever.
I think it also depends on your personality. Are you an obsessive person? Are you someone who like
I obsess over things, not people though.
what?
Like-
Football.
Like football, gaming, but like exactly this. Like I get an idea in my head, an
Yeah.
Aiden moment. I'll obsess over.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, Dermot Kennedy's my only obsession.
Yeah, I think
Only.
either people have one obsession, or like as in you, or
Mm.
they don't obsess at all.
Yeah.
It's either one or the other.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like
obviously-
if I was to think of anyone else, I don't obsess with
But what
anyone
would you
else.
say to like, say for example, like say I was obsessed with one of the Kardashians,
It
like say,
wouldn't bother me at
like
all.
yeah, but the other couples out there, I think it bothers them.
It
shouldn't.
depends,
It
right?
shouldn't,
So like, but like, see, that's the thing, right? I would like, and this is where it's kind of weird. I would share Dermot Kennedy posts. I would post stuff, but it's always about like, oh, can't wait for his music to come out
Yeah,
or whatever. It's never me just posting and be like, oh,
yeah,
Like-
the
like-
little sweat
like a
face
little sweat
smiling.
face or something, or being
Yeah.
like, oh, he looks sexy today.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always like, I love him and his music.
yeah,
So like, whenever he puts out a song, I'll be like, oh, heart wrench, because the
Mm.
music is good.
yeah.
But like, I think I don't know. It wouldn't bother me if you
Yeah.
were obsessed with one of the Kardashians.
If I
It
was
really
obsessed with
wouldn't.
one of the Kardashians, right? Say for example, Kim Kardashian. If I was obsessed over Kim Kardashian, and every time she shared a photo on Instagram, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get him over.
Yeah, but you're
he's
making
scraping the
noise in
door.
front
Sorry,
of the
sorry,
thing.
sorry.
Jesus,
Oh yeah.
leave him. He's alright. If I was obsessed with like Kim Kardashian, for example,
Yeah.
right, and every time she posts on Instagram, we all know what she posts on Instagram,
Oh yeah, just like
and I
naked
was
photos.
and I was sharing it. How would you feel?
Yeah, but see, yeah, I would feel a bit weird.
Yeah,
But I think that's different because Dermot Kennedy doesn't
like,
share photos
I'll
of him
even-
naked.
I'll even bring that back a bit. If I was liking all her photos on Instagram,
Oh, that
bother you?
wouldn't. No,
Wouldn't that
the
bother you?
liking wouldn't
No.
because she's a
I
celebrity.
don't understand why people do that.
I know.
Like, why do fellas like a Kim Kardashian? Like, I'm sorry, man, she's never gonna text you. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
She's
hello,
never gonna
Aiden
be like,
O'Reilly from
oh my
Woodlawn.
God, oh my God, Aiden liked my photo. I must text him. Do you know sort of way? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. Like,
See, that's the difference. Like, it's not like Dermot Kennedy posts like tourist traps.
traps,
He
yeah,
just
yeah.
posts his music and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or
but like the only female celebrities that lads obsess over are attractive ones.
yeah,
Like, there's no like. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I love bleeding Julie Dench. She's an old actor. So the only.
Do you know what? If you shared a photo of Taylor Swift, it wouldn't bother me because she's always in clothes and she's
What's
respectable.
this? Are you doing a dance, little shoulder pop here?
Shake it off.
Oh my God.
No, if you like shared a photo of Taylor Swift, she's a respectful woman.
But what if like it's what I'm sharing though?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me if you just share.
Oh, there you are. Zeke
There
wants
he
to make an
is,
appearance.
Making an appearance.
Lie down
If
there.
you just showed, this is
You're
it.
gonna have him at the mic, bro. He's gonna make a noise. God's sake. Put him down there.
If you just if you just shared a photo of Taylor Swift in her clothes, it wouldn't bother me. If you were just like, Taylor Swift, it wouldn't bother me.
I think that's so weird though.
I know, it just depends on the picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I
it really
suppose.
does. Like, come here. I share Dermot Kennedy's photos all the time. Would it bother you if I put up a photo of him in the gym sweating with no top on?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
Obviously.
me putting a photo up of him in the studio like this, you don't care.
Yeah. I know, but like that's because I know you just like love him
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But
I don't
what I'm saying,
love
I just
him,
don't,
I
I
just
don't
love
know.
him as an
I just think
artist.
it's different for fellas because obviously the only reason you're obsessed over a celebrity is you find them attractive.
Well.
No, from a fella's point of view,
Oh,
you
right,
can't.
right.
You don't have a say.
Well,
You're
see,
not a
I
fella.
didn't even know what really Dermot looked like before
I don't
when I was
know.
hearing his
I
music
don't know
on the
one
radio.
fella who's obsessed with a female celebrity who doesn't find them attractive.
Sure, all the lads are obsessed with this woman who does football commentating. Who is
Who?
she? The girl who does the commentating on football. Everyone was obsessed with her. She's the
Ah.
only good-looking girl who does it.
I know. There's one or two.
Oh, well, then there you go.
They're
Names like, oh,
Let
what
me
are
list
their
them off.
names again?
No,
You definitely know their names, little smirk.
I don't.
that
There's
was
two that come to my head straight away. It's either Laura Woods or Kate Abdu.
Laura Woods.
Or, I think, but like they're the only two
I
attractive
don't know
people in
who they
football.
are, but that's what lads are like. Oh yeah, she knows football and she's attractive. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it's because it's a woman who's into their stuff, and women aren't normally.
Yeah, but there's women golfers out there.
Are they attractive?
Probably, I don't believe in
Oh, I
them.
suppose. I don't know. Look, all I say is Dermot Kennedy's amazing.
Dermot, if you listen to this, I love you.
If
Okay.
Listen, I know I'm wearing my 2-pack t-shirt today, but I have one with your face on it.
Right. So, anyways, agree, disagree. Loving celebrities is a legit love.
Agree, maybe.
Agree? No, you have to disagree.
No, disagree.
It's not a legit
You're
love.
not loving them. Like, you don't actually love them.
No.
Like, and
You wouldn't
let's
leave your
be
partner
honest, you
for them.
don't know them.
Would you genuine question, hand on heart, you can say the right answer. If Dermot Kennedy knocked on this door today and went, Zoe, I'm obsessed with you, I want to be with you, what would you say?
Take me, baby. No, obviously no. No, that's what I was saying. If Dermot
I think it'd be a hard no for you, would it?
would, yeah. What? They're just going hot in here.
Dermot, can I get back to you on that? Actually, let me have a think about it.
Dermot,
Like,
give me 3 months.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't lose
Stop
7
smiling when you
years.
say it.
No, it's just, I wouldn't lose 7 years for one night.
yeah, look, it's one of those like
It is what
it's
it
one of
is.
those make believe things. Like if a Kardashian knocked on the door and said to
You'd
me,
be like, whoa.
and said to me, Aiden, like leave Zoe and come and be my partner, it'd be pretty hard to turn
It'd
down
be like, bye bye.
a millionaire woman.
Yeah,
to
of
be with forever.
course. And knowing the lifestyle
Obviously,
they
I
can
would.
give you.
Obviously, you would, but like you wouldn't just be like no straight away.
No, you'd be like, right, I could be rich.
What
I'm
am I
gonna-
doing? Yeah, like
the
the
lifestyle I could get here.
yeah.
No, I actually
We're
wouldn't
making
go.
a show of ourselves. We're showing our real colours here.
So trust your partner.
Yeah. Until a celebrity comes knocking, like, yeah, do you know what? If your partner follows loads of celebrities, they can't be trusted. They can't be trusted.
Oh no.
Right, we're moving on to our dilemma now. I got this one on Twitter. This is from I'm not gonna say a famous, but like a person who streams gaming for a living.
Who?
I don't know. I said, "Jesus, let me back all day." Jesus, how he is now.
No?
I said, "Let me back all day." Who? Where is this? Oh, he doesn't trust me anymore. But it's a question he's asked. Okay, so bear in mind he streams for a living. Probably making good money, not amazing money now, but good money, right? Ready?
Yeah.
I recently found out that my girlfriend's parents are not a big fan of me, my education, or my chosen career path. I've been with her for 5 years and was thinking of marriage in the next few years. With this being an issue, I'm not too certain how I feel, and honestly, I fear a life of drama and my future wife having to pick sides between me or her family. Not to mention, my actual dad was nothing short of an a-hole, so I value a good father-in-law. They're old school and no amount of money will convince them I'm not an idiot. I really doubt they will come around. They will probably just get along with me because they have to, but I don't want this. Anyways, how important are in-law relationships in this matter? What do you think?
I think in-law relationships do matter, because I think at the end of the day, the person who you're with is always going to respect their parents.
Yeah.
Um.
But do you think it's fair for them to judge him because of his career?
No. I think unless he's given them reason to judge, then there's no reason they
like,
shouldn't accept them with
He's
open
saying
arms.
they're old school. They probably want their daughter to go on and be a doctor, lawyer.
Let's be honest, he's probably making more money than them, and anyways.
Yeah, but they're old school. Like if I told, like even if I told my man that, oh yeah, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to be a full-time podcaster,
Yeah,
They
your mum and
they'd
dad would be
slap
a
me.
little bit more
They'd be like, "What are you doing, you
reserved than my
dope?"
mum.
You know,
Yeah.
sort of way.
My mum be like, go on.
Yeah, but
Do it.
but like, yeah, so like that's just, but like, there's over 10 years between our man and dad's age.
Mm,
Is it? Yeah, about that.
about 10
So
years,
it's a
yeah.
different generation, but I mean, he's saying there his in-laws are old school and they don't see how that can be a proper career. And he said there in his own words, no amount of money will prove to them I'm not an idiot.
Mm,
He could be making 10 grand a week,
yeah.
but they're like, yeah, but that's not a sustainable
It's
career.
on them then, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it
but
is on them.
how do you combat it?
I don't think you can. I think for so long he can only kind of sit in silence. Like, I think I've had to do it in previous relationships.
Would
like,
you go out of your way to prove to them
I
you're
have done.
worthy?
I have done. And
Yeah.
like, no matter what I done, it was never good enough.
Yeah.
So then I just came to acceptance of like, what am I doing? Why would I continue to keep proving myself to someone when they just don't care?
When they've already made that
They
decision.
don't care.
Yeah.
You know, they don't care. But then just once it doesn't affect your relationship with your partner that you're with at the time,
Yeah.
that's all that matters. Like, if you can avoid going to the house, avoid it. Say to your partner, sit down to your partner and be like, look, your mom and dad don't like me. And I don't want for you to fall out with your parents. That's the last thing I want. And then I don't want me and you growing apart.
As he says, picking sides.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step back. You go to your family events, enjoy yourself. And then me and you can enjoy ourselves live separately.
Yeah.
And only have to be around family when it's necessary or needed.
Yeah. When it's absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
Good way of looking
But
at
you
it.
know what? It's only so long you can be shitted on as well.
True.
You know?
You have to have a bit of self-respect and
Yeah.
self-worth. You know?
Yeah.
If you're doing well for yourself, you're providing for your kids, and the grandparents are probably, you know, you ever know if the grandparents saying to the kids, your dad is this, your dad is that, and all, don't be like your dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you have to step in.
Taking a
I'm
higher road is
exaggerating it.
always the better way, especially with family. But I just feel like that then if they're talking to your kids, excuse me, they're talking to your kids and all about you in a bad manner, then it's just like, you're not going to see my kids.
Yeah. I think it just comes down to he has to go, do you know what? For whatever reason, you don't like me, and that's fine. We don't have to be best friends. But at the end of the day, me and your daughter are a thing. It's
I
not
love
going
your
away.
daughter. You love your daughter.
Yeah, and your daughter loves me. So we can either make this work as adults, or we can go our separate ways and, you know, be civil when we see each other.
Yeah. That's
the way,
it.
innit?
And not make her,
It's a shit
not
thing for her to
put
have
your
to have
daughter
them.
or wife or whoever, your
Yeah.
spouse in that situation, because it'd be really hard as well for that person to decide. And at the end of the day, they're always going to side their family,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Well, it
So-
puts them in an awkward position. Like, who do I side with? My family or the father or mother of my child in that circumstance, you know? Puts them in an awkward situation. So I think for all parties involved, if you don't like the person, for whatever reason, and I'm sure there's people listening to this who maybe they don't like their partner's parents or their parents don't like them. It's so normal, I think.
Just tolerate them.
But you just have to kind of just say,
Be
look,
respectful.
for whatever reason, I don't like you, you don't like me. I have my reasons, you have your reasons. But for the sake of all parties involved, let's just be civil. We don't have to
Yeah.
be best friends. We don't have to go out for pints or dinner and all this stuff together. But let's just be civil.
Yeah, as much
I'll
as
say
they
hello to you, you say hello to me. We don't have to
Yeah.
have a full conversation.
and as much as they dislike you, don't give them more reasons to dislike you by putting their daughter in like a
Yeah.
situation
Yeah,
that they have
exactly.
to choose.
Yeah.
Just be the bigger person and
actually-
be
I
like,
think
look,
that's
I'm
quite-
just gonna step back.
I think that's the most important thing. It don't come between them and their
Yeah,
daughter
no.
or son if it's reversed in genders.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
a hard
it.
one though.
Yeah. So that's it. Happy to wrap up. Anything else
Yeah.
you want to say?
Yeah. No, that's it.
So that's been episode 5, guys. Appreciate anyone who's listened this far. We are just over the hour mark. Just checked it there. Good episode. Hopefully you did enjoy it. There's always squinting here.
Sorry, I was trying to see where the time was.
down the bottom right there.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, as I said again, appreciate anyone who listens this long. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give us a like on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, rate us on Spotify, wherever you are. Maybe you think they don't matter. They really do matter to us because it shows us that we're talking about the right things. The show's going in the right direction. And at the end of the day, we want to do this for the listeners. We don't want to do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
our goal is to improve relationships and get people talking about the stuff that people don't talk about in relationships, you know. And like Zoe said at the start of this, there's a couple of episodes coming up that get really intimate and deep and more serious into like our past relationships or our past struggles. That I think a lot of people will maybe relate to. So again, like we just want to get them out to as many people as possible who are going through similar things, who are struggling with certain aspects of the relationship, and we want to basically try our best to
Yeah.
help them out.
Make them
Essentially,
aware.
you know, yeah, make them aware that there's certain things you can tolerate and there's certain things you can't. So that's been happily ever laughter.
Well, episode 5.
Episode 5. So yeah, no, I won't dilly dally. Anything you want to say?
No, thank you very much to all our listeners. And if you have any trust issue problems, send them in.
Yeah.
We can go through them then even at the start next episode.
Good deal,
Or any agrees or disagrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send
Or
them
dilemmas.
in. Yeah, send them in. Just on anything you want. Send me just text me back saying hello.
Just right back.
Just right back.
Okay.
Text back. Right, I'm ending it now. Peace out, guys. Bye.